Welcome to the Style Stories podcast with me, your host, personal stylist Lisa Gilby. And here we are right at the start of spring. There's only 2 weeks to go until the clocks go forward. Literally my favourite time of year. Apparently tomorrow it's going to be 21 degrees in London. So really exciting. All the roses are blooming and it definitely feels like spring is in the air. So time to have a look at the wardrobe and to get some outfit ideas together and work out what you want to be wearing this year, this season. It's always a great time to have a reflection and to have a little declutter and think about how your style might have evolved since last spring 2024, because obviously we evolve and change all the time. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with all the new spring outfits and spring fashions that are out there at the moment. All the fashion shows, London Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, they've all been happening. And we do get bombarded, don't we, with lots and lots of choice. So what I want to do in the podcast today is simplify that and help you to get ready to really think about and focus on what you truly need in your wardrobe so you can have fewer clothes really and wear more of the outfits in there. But I just want to talk as well about the event I ran last Saturday. So I ran an event with Teresa Kleisner called Super Styling, and it was all about how to become your own super stylist. I had 40 women join me at Battersea Arts Centre, and I've said on this podcast many times before that I've seen inside literally hundreds and hundreds of people's wardrobes over my 15 years working as a personal stylist, and the wardrobe issues are all the same. People struggle with the same things. So having 40 women in a room at Battersea Arts Centre this past Saturday, the 15th of March, I was able to hear again in one place what people were struggling with and pull together the big takeaways. And I know that some of these things will really resonate with you listening to this podcast today, because we all do struggle with the same things. So a recurring theme, and I wasn't surprised, was too many clothes, not enough outfits. And that's what today's episode, I want to help you to really focus on as well, how to sort of move away from that and why you might have so many clothes in your wardrobe. But lack of clarity was another one that came up again and again. Sizing was another one. The sizing in the shops is just so different everywhere. Like, it's really frustrating. Online shopping was a huge frustration. I get that, because you have to get things and try them on. And as we've just said, the sizing is all different. So it is actually better to try and, at the beginning of the season, I would say, to go and have a big try-on session in the shops so you can really earmark some things that will work and you don't have to keep going to the post office and sending things back. So that was something that kept coming up. But lack of clarity on style. The whole point of the Super Styling Spring Workshop was to bring some clarity so that people attending could be their own super stylist and really work out what works for them. So until you take some time to step back from your wardrobe and reflect on what works for you, you might always be struggling to know what you truly love and what really, really lights you up. You can look at other people in outfits and think, she looks amazing in that outfit. Then try to recreate that outfit yourself and realise that for some reason it doesn't land. It doesn't align with you. And there is a reason for that. And there are some things that you can do to work out the things that really do align with you, so you can ignore all the stuff that doesn't work and focus on the things that do work. So we did that at the Super Styling Spring Workshop through a few activities. We got people to do a mood board. That was something that came up in the feedback forms as a thing that everybody really enjoyed doing. So just literally doing it with your hands, cutting out magazines, sticking them onto a big piece of card, thinking of words that resonate with you, looking at colours that you're drawn to, looking at silhouettes of clothes that you're drawn to. Do you like a wide leg trouser? Do you prefer a skinny, slim silhouette? What sort of colours are you naturally drawn to? Is it soft pinks? Are you more bold colours? Do you really love pattern? So people were able to get all these magazines that we brought to the workshop and create this mood board that then gave them clues to what their style actually is. So the key with this is not to take it too literally. So I had a lot of interior magazines there, and people were sort of asking why we had interiors magazines. But a really, really big clue to your personal style is to look at the kinds of things that you choose for your own interiors. Are you drawn to a very simple palette, minimalist style, quite classic, quite traditional? Or are you more country cottage? Do you like some bold edge perhaps? So you might have, like me, black painted walls. So I love a black painted wall in my lounge. I've got all the bookcases, everything painted in a black colour, but I've got light wooden floors. So the dark walls work with the light floors, and then all my artwork really pops on there. And I've also got disco balls around everywhere as well that catch the light when the sun shines through the window. So that really is my vibe. That it does match the way I like to dress as well. I love Dr. Martens. I like a bit of black lace. You know, there are things that thread through the taste that I have in interiors into my wardrobe as well, because that's really what this is about. It's about finding what you align with and working out what your inherent natural taste is. What I also discovered as well over the years is that my taste has really remained the same. So the things I want to wear are different, but there's a core element that runs through my life. And that's the story about the Dr. Martens that anyone who listens to this podcast will know. I've told time and time again, but I was living in Essex in the 80s where I grew up, and the clothes that people were wearing around me, it wasn't really resonating with me. It didn't feel aligned with me until one day I walked past a shoe shop and found a pair of Dr. Martin Chelsea boots, put them on with some baggy trousers, and it was like some kind of penny dropped. It really aligned with my soul. So that might sound a bit deep and over the top, but it isn't. It's so intricate, the details of our style and what we're drawn to. Our taste and what we're influenced by and our identity are all really, really deeply connected. And that is connected in your taste and the kinds of clothes you want to wear that help you to feel like yourself. That is the key phrase. Clothes you want to wear that help you to feel like yourself. I'm going to go into that in a bit more detail in a minute, but it's lots of different elements and it's really, really nuanced. So your identity and your taste are made up of a huge number of things. So where you grew up in the world, whereabouts you grew up, you will be influenced by that. Where you went to school, where you perhaps went to uni. A huge one is what music you listen to. So I used to love going to the Pink Toothbrush in Rayleigh in Essex, and there was a lot of Nirvana at that time and rock music, that kind of stuff. So again, wearing the DMs is a thread that stayed with me throughout life and something that matches my identity and really feels like me. So where you might have grown up maybe by the seaside, so you might have a bit of a nautical bent to your style, that kind of thing. Perhaps you like that kind of seaside, you like stripes, those sorts of things. So the lady that came on my podcast last time, Coral, she grew up down on the coast, on the Devon coast, and stripes are a huge part of her identity and a huge part of her interiors choices and a huge part of what she has in her wardrobe as well. She loves the Breton stripe. So we really explored in the workshop people's identity and the kinds of things that they're drawn to. And we had a chart that took people all the way from when you were 13 all the way up to present day to try to work out and think about what you were doing at various times through your life, where you were in the world, what your influences were. So you could say to me, 14, what were you doing? Well, I would say Madonna. I was so influenced by Madonna, wearing the black lace gloves, layering up lots of jewellery, all that kind of stuff. So I went to a fancy dress party and won a fancy dress prize for the best Madonna. I think everyone was practically dressed as Madonna as well. We were all obsessed with her at that time. But, those sorts of things have really influenced how I dress today. I still love lace to this day. I love a tulle skirt, things that she wore back then. It seems to have seeped itself into my identity. Where you work is another massive one. If you're in the creative industries, if you work in television, perhaps you wear more relaxed kinds of clothes. If you've always worked in corporate, you might have always had to wear tailoring, but is that truly your style? You would have been influenced by that and you would have had to wear those kinds of clothes. But the key is to take some time out to do some reflection and really reflect on the kinds of clothes and styles that light you up. So a brilliant way to do this is to do a Pinterest board, especially at the start of a new season. So think about all of these things that I've just mentioned. Look at your house, your interiors. Think about the colours that you're drawn to And you're probably not going to create an actual mood board like we did at the workshop on Saturday, cutting up magazines and sticking it down on a big piece of card, etc. So do it digitally instead. Start to save things on Instagram that you like. Create a folder in Instagram, spring outfits. Start to save looks that draw your attention as you scroll through. So you start to really get a picture of what you're loving at the moment and what lights you up. Create a Pinterest board. Look at the types of silhouettes that you like. And the main thing I want you to do, and this is absolutely crucial, and this is again something that we did with everyone on Saturday, ask yourself why. Why do you like that look? What is it about that look? Even if you wouldn't necessarily recreate it in real life, you wouldn't copy it, like copy and paste. There'll be elements of it that you like. Do you like the fact that, for example, say a sequin skirt paired with a masculine button-up blouse? This is the masculine button-up shirt. This is the example that's popped into my head now. What do I like about that look? What I like about that look is the fact that it's a really glamorous sequin skirt that is paired with something unexpected, like a button-up masculine shirt. I love the juxtaposition in outfits. I love something really, really feminine paired with something masculine. Opposites attract, which is also something that I went into on Saturday and that I go into on the podcast, and I will today. So look at outfits and think, do you like the simplicity of something maybe? Do you like the neatness of it? Do you like the fact it's got edge? Do you like the fact it's rock and roll? Do you like the fact it's really trendy? What is it? Ask yourself why, so you can start to really build a picture of the things that you love. We all evolve all the time. Our lives change. What we want to wear today might not be what we wanted to wear even last year, as I said at the beginning. When you've done all of this and you've taken some time to really reflect on what your taste is and work it out, it's good to do the 3-word thing. So the 3-word method, which has been popularised by the stylist Alison Bornstein. She's got lots and lots of content about this on TikTok and Instagram. It's a really, really, really great way to really get to grips with your style and how you like to put an outfit together. So my 3 words are relaxed, feminine with edge. So in the outfit I just explained to you, a sequin pencil skirt paired with a button-up masculine shirt. That's relaxed and it's feminine as well. And it has got some edge because it's an unexpected combination. So that particular outfit would fit my 3 words. I would wear that outfit with a pair of maybe strappy little heels, kitten heels. I think that would be really cute. I might wear it with a pair of trainers. It depends where I'm going, what I'm doing, but probably the strappy heels would be my choice for that particular outfit. And that fits my 3 words. A dress worn with some silver ankle boots, maybe. That would also fit relaxed, feminine, with a bit of edge. Unexpected combinations always appeal to me. I don't like things to be uniform. I don't like things to be neat. If you're someone that doesn't like things to be too neat, perhaps you're a relaxed dresser. What is it you really love? Always reflect and ask yourself why and what it is that appeals to you about a particular image and a particular outfit. So if you do your Pinterest board, a really nifty trick is to put into AI, put into ChatGPT, describe the outfits that you've put on there. So maybe lots of wide leg trousers, lots of shirts, or maybe you've got a lot of lace, a lot of feminine, pretty things. Try to describe it the best you can, or even put a link to your Pinterest board into ChatGPT and say, could you describe this Pinterest board using Alison Bornstein's 3-word method? And it magically comes up with 3 words that relate and describe to the things you've pinned on the board. When you've got your 3 words, when you then put outfits together or you buy anything new for the wardrobe, you've got to ask yourself when you wear this outfit, does this feel like me? Does this fit my 3 words? One of the people on the workshop on Saturday, she's drawn to flowers and textures. She had a lot of images of Claudia Winkleman in Traitors on her Pinterest board, so wearing cable knits, hunter wellies, that kind of thing. She walks a lot of dogs, she lives in the countryside, so her words are heritage, botanical and relaxed. So it's just really, really fascinating. Some, feminine, relaxed with edge is quite generic. You can fit a lot of looks into that, but it still feels like my vibe. It really feels right for me. And I feel like that's one of the most valuable things I've ever learned about my style. And I really, really urge you to do it. So do a Pinterest board and put that into ChatGPT. Get your 3 words from that. And then going forward, all your outfits need to fit that vibe. What's missing? If something feels a bit off when you put an outfit together, ask yourself what could be missing from that outfit and that combination. Maybe it's too on just the feminine side. Maybe you need to add some edge. What could be missing? Is it not relaxed enough? I'm using my 3 words as an example, as you can tell, listening to this. But do the ChatGPT thing. It's really going to solve a lot of problems. But first, before you actually go out and buy anything new for spring 2025, do a little declutter. When you've done this exercise with the Pinterest board and finding your 3 words, having some reflection, do a declutter. Is there anything that can go this season? Is there anything that's worn out? Anything in the wardrobe that you're not really feeling anymore? If you're unsure about things, you can always archive them. I'm definitely not saying if you haven't worn anything since last spring, it needs to go. That's quite dated advice. You know, you might be able to get your 3 words and wear some of the things in your wardrobe you didn't wear last year in a different way. Pair them in an unexpected way. Clear a day if you can, a Saturday or half a day, and get everything, absolutely everything out of the wardrobe. Go through and critique it. See if you can do some different combinations, unexpected combinations of things, and create a really focused list of wardrobe gaps. It really helps to do that. Think as well of scenarios when you've been struggling, maybe when you've been invited out to a party or a meeting, a really important meeting or a panel chat. When have you struggled? Maybe you've got lots and lots of really casual things in the wardrobe and you're sorted for casual things. So if you were walking the dog or if you were doing the school run, you're sorted. But maybe you're missing some middle smart, I call them the middle smart pieces. So things that are going to really bring your looks together. Some really smart jackets maybe, a trench coat. When was the last time you updated your shoes? Look at everything and try to get focused on the gaps that you have so that you can get some things that will bring your existing wardrobe to life so you can shop your wardrobe more efficiently. So I'm going to go through very quickly my guide to decluttering. So this is my guide to decluttering. Your wardrobe, start with your lifestyle really. Your wardrobe should work for your life. Think about your daily activities, work, social events, exercise. Do your clothes fit all of these scenarios in your life? It's like a pie chart. How much are you at work? How many work clothes do you actually need? Do you work from home? Think of it like that and make sure that your wardrobe fits your lifestyle. Pull everything out, as I've said. Make sure you get everything out, even if it's overwhelming, and go through it, because when you've got through this process and you've done it really thoroughly, it's so cathartic. It feels really, really good to do this activity. Make sure that you've got lots of wardrobe heroes, so the foundation pieces. It's a really great wardrobe. The split of a really great wardrobe is 50% wardrobe heroes. These are the things that you should be wearing all the time, day to day. Around 40% is going to be your in and out pieces. So things that you might not need every day. I don't need to wear a tailored blazer every day, but I definitely need a tailored blazer in my wardrobe. So things that you need if you're going for a meeting up in town, or you need to be a bit smarter, or maybe a dress that's kind of special that you like wearing, but you wouldn't wear it day to day. In and out pieces, around 40%. And then 10% of your wardrobe can be the real frivolous kind of fun things like silver mini skirts and crazy mad things like that. There's definitely room for those kinds of things in the wardrobe. Not everything is going to have an amazing cost per wear. You are going to have these fun bits in the wardrobe that add a bit of sparkle and glitter, things that you might only pull out for special occasions. So make sure that you've got all the foundation pieces, the wardrobe heroes, around 50%, which is jeans, tailored trousers, smart jackets, all those sorts of things that you really need. Also take out the things that you love but don't wear. So really pull them aside and think to yourself, right, I love these things when you're doing this wardrobe declutter, but I don't wear them. They will need some styling ideas, but you love them, so therefore you need to keep them. It's just that you might need some ideas about how to wear them. So what you can do in that scenario is to put that item, say it's a pair of pink tailored trousers. You love those trousers, but you don't know how to wear them. Go to Pinterest, put into Pinterest, pink trouser outfit. And loads of options will come up, and you never know, you might have some items in your wardrobe already that mean you can start to wear those pink trousers. Get rid of the things that no longer work, clothes that don't fit, things that are worn out, things that don't fit your current life. Get all of those things out of the wardrobe, declutter and get rid of them. Look at the pile that you have. You'll have a pile of things that are going back into the wardrobe that you love and you wear all the time. What do those things have in common? This is further crystallizing your personal style and your personal taste. What do they have in common? Is it the colour, the fit, the style? These are your go-to things that help to define your personal style, to get that clarity on the things that really, really light you up. Address the love but don't wear pile. So make a pile of things that you love but you never wear, like I've said, and make sure that you can pair those with things that you've already got in your wardrobe. If not, the things that you if you can't still pair them with something you've got in your wardrobe and create a good outfit, then maybe you need to think about the gaps that you have, and you might be able to wear that piece if you feel the wardrobe gaps. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I hope it does. So again, the pink trousers, if you don't have the right item in your wardrobe to wear with those pink trousers, and you've put pink trouser outfit into Pinterest, what could be missing? If you don't have that item to bring the pink trousers to life, put the item that you need on your priority shopping list, on your list of gaps. When you reorganize everything, put it back in the wardrobe in category. So trousers, shirts, blouses, skirts, and then further categorize within those in colour order as well. And try to use the huggable hangers. They're like velvet hangers that you can get that are nice and narrow. They look nice. Everything will look uniform. And it will just feel magical. It will feel so cathartic that you've done that and that you've taken the time out to reflect, because lots of people don't take the time out to reflect on this and just kind of bumble along, because I know we're all busy. But what this does is just really feels like a penny has dropped when it comes to your style. And that's great because, as I mentioned briefly at the beginning, our style is part of our identity. So what you choose to wear every day says something to yourself, and it says something to others as well. If you feel like you haven't been reflecting how you want to be perceived in your wardrobe, so you feel like you always get it wrong, you just feel a bit meh in your outfits, this exercise that I've explained today is really going to help with that. So when you are doing a Pinterest board and looking at silhouettes, colours, styles, outfits that you're really, really drawn to, also ask yourself how you want to project yourself at work. What do you want other people to think about you in social events? All those sorts of scenarios. Do you want to look a bit cooler? Do you want to look a bit more polished, a bit more tailored? You know, I'll never look neat because I'm not a neat person, but I forgive myself for that because I know what my personal style is. All these guides that you read in the magazines that you should look chic and French. I love that look, but I know it's not for me. I'm not chic and French. I'm not fully boho. I love a little bit of boho sprinkled in my wardrobe, but a full boho look for me would be too much and it wouldn't feel like me. So really pay attention when you're doing your wardrobe declutter to the things that light you up, that mean something to you, so you can start to build this picture of your style. Do your Pinterest board and use that neat little trick, putting it into ChatGPT to get your 3 words. That's your vibe. That's your taste. It really, really is one of the most magical things you can do for your wardrobe. So as well as all of this, I have created a blog for today's podcast. The blog has got all the things that I've spotted in the shop so far. So I'm booking in my spring, summer wardrobe edit and personal shopping clients at the moment. If you're listening to this podcast and you live in the UK, you would like a wardrobe declutter this year, or you would like to go on a shopping trip with me to refresh your wardrobe, get in touch. I will put a link to email me directly in the show notes underneath this podcast. I will also put a link to the blog that I've created with trousers that I've spotted in the shops, jackets, blouses, outfit tips, more tips about finding your 3 words. So there is a specific blog that goes with the podcast that you're listening to today, so you can click and buy the items. I'm going to put the link to that blog in the show notes underneath here. So I hope you enjoy that. Spring is a great time to really refresh your style. So click the link below the show notes and you can see the blog and shop directly from there. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Please remember to click the subscribe button, the follow button, and leave me a review. It makes a huge difference. It really does. It gets me up the charts and means I can carry on creating these episodes for you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you next time.